Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome for today's tutorial to all my viewers. I'm very happy to have you here today. And I want to say thank you for being patient, for paying attention in the previous tutorials. So as last time, in our previous tutorial, we're looking at citation. We had a very big introduction on citation. We're able to see how to cite when we have one author, two author, three author, or more. Okay, so today we shall be looking at a broader understanding of how to cite when there are other number of authors. All right, so how about when we have group author with abbreviation? How do we do that? If the source is authored by a group or organization with a recognizable abbreviation, cite the full name the first time, followed by the abbreviation. Use the abbreviation in subsequent citations. So if you're going to cite from the same source, which is authored by a group or organization with a recognizable abbreviation, you're going to cite more than 5 times. For the first time, you're going to cite the full name. That's the first time, followed by the abbreviation. Then in your subsequent citations, you will only use the abbreviation. So in our parenthetical, I'm sure by now we know the difference between parenthetical and narrative. So in parenthetical, we would say in brackets, World Health Organization, and that is the full name the first time. Then followed by the abbreviation, and the abbreviation is WHO in brackets, comma, then the year of publication. In narrative, would say World Health Organization in brackets, the abbreviation, and the year. Then in subsequent that is the first time. Then in subsequent citations, we're told that use the abbreviation, and that's all. So in parenthetical, to put everything in bracket, the abbreviation WHO, comma, the year. In narrative, WHO in brackets, the year. How about group author without abbreviation? If the group author does not have a recognized abbreviation, write the full name each time you cite, even if you're going to cite from that same source, which has a group name without abbreviation for 5 times. You're going to write the full name each time you cite. For example, in parenthetical, would write the organization name. For example, American Psychological Association, comma, 2020, everything in brackets. Then in narrative would say American Psychological Association, only the year in brackets. And then how about when you have multiple works by the same author in the same year? So when citing multiple works by the same author published in the same year, distinguish them by adding lowercase letters. You're going to distinguish them by adding lowercase letters such as A, B, C, and etc. to the year. So for parenthetical, this is what you're going to do. You're going to write the author's name. Of course, for parenthetical, everything is in brackets, the year and the author. So you write first the author, comma, then the year. So how do you differentiate these years? They said by adding lowercase letters. That's why we have year and small a at the end, then you close the bracket. Or the author's name year, the year may be 2020, then B. So let's look at an example. For example, we have Smith. Smith has multiple works and he's the only author, and he published all of them in the same year. So in parenthetical, we shall have everything in bracket. We shall have Smith 2020 lowercase a. Smith, we have semicolon to separate them. Then we have Smith, the year 2020 B. In narrative, we would have Smith 2020 A. You continue, of course, we use narrative in the middle, right? In the middle or at the end. So you'd have sorry, at the start. Yeah, we have narrative at the start of the what? Of the work. So you will have Smith in brackets 2020, which is the year A, studied climate change. You continue with your blah blah blah. While Smith 2020b explored its effect, like that. How about citing multiple sources in one parenthesis? Cite multiple sources in one parenthetical citation. List them alphabetically by the first author's last name, separated by semicolons. You get the point? So in this one, we have it only in parenthetical. So for example, if our author's last name, our first, there might be multiple, we're talking about multiple authors. So if we have our first author's name and his last name is Johnson, so we shall start by saying, in parenthetical, we shall have Johnson, of course, everything in bracket, Johnson, 2019, semicolon, they say it separated by semicolon. We're going to list them alphabetically. Of course, J and S, J comes first. So we have multiple authors here. For example, we have two authors. We have Johnson and Smith, but they have said we start with the author's, the first author's last name. That means followed by the second author's last name, but separated by a semicolon. As we have seen in the example parenthetical, Johnson, 2019, separated by a semicolon. Smith, 2020, everything in brackets. This suggests that both Johnson and Smith contributed to the research on that particular topic. You get the point? I'm very sure you have a lot of context in your brain by now. Thank you very much for paying attention. Thank you for your time. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for the questions and the comments. I'm so happy for all the viewers I have on my YouTube channel. See you in our next tutorial. Bye bye, and I love you all.